Well, good morning, everyone. It is RJ and his 96 Dodge Maxi. Welcome back to the channel. It is February 14th. It is 44 of 365. And it is episode 44. You know what that is? It's Valentine's Day. Welcome and happy Valentine's Day to everybody out there. Thanks for stopping by. Let's go ahead and get into it. Today's weather is brought to you by my coffee. And it's hot and it's good. And here's your weather. It is a whopping, blistering 37 degrees again. The high today is going to be about 66 if we're lucky. And it's windy. It's dry. And the traffic report is every place in Columbus is backed up near a florist because all these people have got to get flowers. So just take an extra time while you're going to work and be careful because there's going to be a lot of delays. And if you didn't get no Valentines, I'm sorry, you may be out of luck because from my experience, way back whenever, if you didn't have your flowers booked, you were hung out to dry. But anyway, it's that day. It's that day. People are going to be romantic. People are going to get lucky. Some people are going to get very disappointed. And it'll be okay. My lip is real raw. I haven't bit it in the last 24 hours, but it's still raw from what I did because it's just raw. The coffee's good. I drink it black. I drink Starbucks maple pecan. It does. Yesterday was a very unique day. I went in a good attitude, and I was in a very good attitude. In fact, I was one of very only in a very good mood. There were several reasons for that. Number one, I just woke up on the right side of the bed, which I always do. Our CDK is our operating system for our workflow and invoicing and everything, and it went down. It was not up at any point, and everybody was just standing around. We had some customers come in. We really did. But the operating system was down, so everybody was down. We had to find unique ways and go to pen and paper and do a lot of things. I made a lot of people happy. I handled a lot of things. And I guess that's all we're going to talk about work. Noah's off today. Him and kind of got it great. It's Valentine's Day. He's going to be off with his girlfriend, and that's a great thing. But it's Friday, and I'm kind of thinking that because we were kind of slow yesterday and slow the day before, we're going to be slammed today. So I hope everybody brings their roller skates on. Haven't decided. That just hurts. Haven't decided exactly where we're going to go this weekend. I haven't. I might even go to someplace new. And depending on the weather, because it's going to be kind of cold, I may have to backstep a little bit on the cooking with the oven. But we'll find out soon enough. It's only hours away because tomorrow is Saturday. And come 5 o'clock, I Well, not 5 o'clock. It usually takes me till 6 to make a decision. But we'll find out. I hope that episode yesterday did not bore you. I don't know why I went there. You know, every time I turn on the camera, I wonder what I'm going to say that will intrigue everybody, that will keep them listening and watching. And they come to find out, sometimes I really don't have anything pre-planned, and I just sit here for a little bit until something comes in. But let's talk about some Valentine's Day stuff, some experiences, because I've been dealing with Valentine's Day ever since I was in junior high school. And yeah, they were little cards and candies and this. You know, it seemed like it seemed like it was always expected. The boss just showed up. It's not even 7 o'clock yet. There could be several reasons. One of them, the system was down yesterday. Anyhow, I've been dealing with Valentine's Day for a long time. And it always seemed like when I was in a relationship, when I was married, it was the one thing that was always expected. And the one time you had to do this, it never always worked out into a happy mode. I can't say that because sometimes it would have been, sometimes it turned out to be a disaster, no matter what I did. Whether I brought home candy and flowers and a gift, or just candy and flowers, or planned a romantic dinner, so to speak. And I can say, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that and it seemed like for a long time I was always had somebody on my arm, so to speak. Let me tell you right up front, just because you do and you plan and everything else, there's a couple things that's not guaranteed. The number one, she's going to have to be in a good mood. And that was never always the case. You're not going to get lucky. That was always the case. Not saying it was all bad, but I guess this is reality. And the fact is, if you're with somebody and you're with them and you have feelings for them, shouldn't you be showing it all year round? Showing how much you care on a daily basis? And when Valentine's comes up, yeah, you get a little candy, you get a little flower, but you don't have to go all out and spend $200-300. Back when I was growing up, or in my early 20s or 30s, you know, you can do Valentine's Day if you planned it right. You can do Valentine's Day for about $100. Big box of candy, dozen roses. Although I was late sometimes and they were yellow, they weren't red, because they were all out, and oh man, it would light up the day because it was the wrong color. And looking back, those were the wrong people, obviously, because they're not with me anymore for whatever reason. And that's just words of wisdom. I didn't get this gray hair from just looking good. That coffee is good. That coffee is real good. But yeah, it's just one of those holidays that was made up by somebody, and rightly so, you know. I guess the florists have to have a day too, because that's their biggest day of the year. In fact, they hire extra people on that day. But yeah, just all in all, it's going to be very, very disappointing for some today, and very happy for others, and a very good surprise for a few, because that's the day most, a lot of people would get up the nerve to say a little something and blah, blah, blah. But if you showed somebody it every day, if you showed them you cared and you loved them and all that good stuff, what do you do with Valentine's Day except a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and it just keeps going? Because it seemed like if it turned out wrong, then you're dealing with a situation that's going to last a day or two. And that never turns out good, believe me. What's your thoughts on it? Comment below. What's your worst Valentine's you ever had? What's the worst time that it turned out? What's the one time it turned out wrong? You had everything all planned out. You put everything in place, and it just flopped. It took a different direction, and then you're sitting there, what happened? And those things can be avoided. They really can. And I know you want a surprise. Sometimes you got to talk. You got to talk and see what their thoughts are. Because I remember one year, I did everything I needed to do. Did the normal cliche stuff. And man, it turned out bad. And I really don't know why. Because there was no rhyme or reason. It could just been one of those girl things. You know what I mean? I don't know. I never really, once I was out of high school and I got out of my early 20s and started going into my mid 20s, it started losing its luster. And when it loses its luster, it turns into be a chore instead of something you want to do. See, I've tried, we're all a byproduct of our experiences in life, and that's what forms our opinions on certain things. And it got to the point where people expected it. And I say people, and I'm talking about just whoever I had on my arm. And they seemed to expect it. And one year, like a typical man, we had conversations, and I'm not going to raise any names. I'm just going to give you the experiences. We talked, and it's like, no, I don't want anything. Don't make a big fuss. Don't do this and don't do that. And when somebody says that, it's got to throw up a red flag, because we're talking about people. I'm just saying people, because I don't want to classify all women like this. I don't want to come across as in it's always the woman's fault. Just my experience, it was. I'm sure there's men out there that ruin it. I'm sure there's women out there that ruin it. But getting back to what I was talking about. So I'd bring a card home, because we were kind of short on money, but I'd bring a card home. I brought a card home. I didn't buy any gifts, didn't buy any chocolate, didn't have anything romantic set up to where we went out or anything. And we got through that day. But the next 3 days, oh man, it was bad. It was very, very bad. It was like I just plain out forgot it. But it wasn't that. We had a conversation. So my experience when somebody Says, oh no, I don't. Don't worry about it. Better be careful. You better go with your instinct and buy something anyway and do some things and make the effort. Don't expect nothing because you don't know if they're going to be in a good mood or not mood. But I can guarantee you one thing. Unless you're totally broke and the other person knows it and you're functioning, they're expecting. They are expecting. I don't know if it's the fact that they walk into the office and they want to have something to talk about, or they just want to be able to brag to their friends. But it just would be bad, you know, because you're going to hear about it. It's going to be thrown up in your face. And then you're going to deal with that. So then it's another week. And you have to deal with it and hear it. And, oh, you didn't do this. And at that point, you can't do nothing but let time pass. Go into your man cave, sit down, turn NASCAR on, or play with your trains, or whatever the case may be. Because it's going to be a rough ride. It really is. And I don't want to talk down on Valentine's. I really don't. And I'm not going to. I'm just sharing some wisdom, because I hope, all in all, everybody does have a good Valentine's. I hope you have somebody say it to you, which you're going to have somebody say it to you. If you're single and you go out in public and it's this day, 99% chance somebody's going to say Happy Valentine's Day to you. And it's all good. And a lot of people get depressed on Valentine's, and they really shouldn't, because it's just another day, people. It's just another day that was brought. It's an expected day. Let's face it. So my outlook on it now, I can't say, because I'm a different person. I don't have anybody on my arm right now. I don't have anybody special. And I'm okay with that, to a degree. I guess I could turn over some more rocks. And yeah, everybody should get a second chance at life. Everybody. I'm on my second chance at life. But everybody should get a second chance. But when you do that, and you find out it don't go in the right direction over a long period of time, you kind of get turned off from it. You give it another try, and I don't know. But yeah, it's Valentine's Day. I hope everybody gets something for somebody. I'm going to sit here and drink my coffee. I hear everybody showing up for work. The boss showed up early. And I figured he would, just because CDK was down and he's wanting to get stuff done. And that's just him. Can't blame him. He's a good guy. He beat me to work. And I used to, that's another thing. Over at the other job, nobody beat me to work. Nobody beat me to work. If somebody got there, if I saw somebody making waves, I'd be in there at 6 o'clock. And somebody started showing up a little after 6. I'm like, that's too close for comfort. So I started going 5:45. I always wanted to have that edge. I wanted to have the edge. But that don't matter anymore. Because I am not trying to reach for that golden ring. It's just one of those things that when it happens, I want to, but then I think about it, I'm like, nah, ain't gonna happen. Not today. Well, it's Valentine's Day. I hope everybody has a great Valentine's Day. To everybody out there, happy Valentine's Day. And you should definitely Call your mom today. I know I keep saying that at the end of the videos, and I mean it. And you know, maybe it's a regret I had, and that I've got to live with the rest of my life for something I did or did not do. Have a good day today. Think about somebody else. Think about making somebody else's day pleasant, because all the guys are going to be on edge and all the girls are going to be smiling on their faces. This is RJ. I'm rocking the 96 van. I don't know why I use that term. Have a great day. Call your mom. Tell her you love her. And if she's not around, just close your eyes and talk to her. Thanks everybody for stopping by. We'll holler at you later. Bye.